Because I heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur.
Who?
You.
What Shakur lied to you?
You lost. I seen the videos.
You ain't seen my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just see the video.
Exactly. What would happen? Exactly.
Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done. So it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is world champion.
Terence Crawford stirred debate after facing off with Devin Haney and speaking openly about Shakur Stevenson. He also cautioned that Stevenson's top-notch defense makes him very risky, implying that underestimating him in upcoming fights could have serious results.
Your little brother, you know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because you're a man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fight.
Crawford said that numerous fighters, including Haney, are reluctant to take on Shakur Stevenson, calling him a tough and intimidating opponent in the ring.
You're here for your little brother this week in Shakur Stevenson. I've interviewed both of you for years and you really have kind of built a relationship that a lot of people know about and some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. And I think tomorrow the world will take notice of how great he is. There's a reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming through.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing, you know, and tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt, you know. But I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision, a unanimous decision.
Bud recognizes Shakur Stevenson's outstanding talent, highlighting his smart strategy, technical skill, and boxing IQ. He respects Stevenson as a fighter who pairs clever tactics with accurate execution, making him a strong and highly respected competitor in the ring.
And when I'm in there with Shakur, you know, it's just a chess match, you know, because Shakur is a thinking man as well. So it's definitely a chess match, and you know, that's something that, you know, I love, he loved, because now we got to be creative. We got to be, you know, we got to go in that bag and be like, man, I can't do this with him because it's not gonna work. So now I got to get more creative to get a little advantage over him, because we both competitive. Neither one of us want to let the other one get anything off. So, you know, that's probably what he alluded.
Devin Haney confidently stated that he will face Shakur Stevenson, stressing that the fight is too important to skip. He pointed out the huge financial rewards and mentioned that fans are eagerly calling for the matchup.
Name without saying Shakur, Teofimo, Tank, right? It just is what it is. Is that fight going to ever happen? Would it ever happen against you and Shakur?
100%, yeah. I think so. I think it.
You think Shakur will grow into whatever weight you're in?
I mean, all of us is close to the same size. You know, we're all growing together. We're all like, you know, getting bigger. Well, so, and it's only so many guys, like y'all said, it's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights. Which even though I know that they making new guys, it's guys like Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there too. But yeah, no, I think that a fight with Shakur is very much possible. We tried to make it happen a while back, but you never know. I think that
On a recent podcast, Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford talked briefly about Devin Haney, touching on respect, competition, and career goals. Stevenson made it clear that he is ready to fight anyone in his path, including top-level fighters like Haney.
I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This has got Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a...
Negotiations between top fighters are always complicated, with factors like money splits, TV rights, promotional issues, and management weighing risk against reward. Stevenson has said he only goes after fights that fit his financial and career goals, which could explain the delay in finalizing the Haney fight. Many believe talks aren't stuck because of fear, but because both sides want the best possible deal, which is common in major matchups.
Shakur, ain't nobody beat Shakur. I'm saying Shakur beat everybody. It don't matter who it is. Shakur beating them, so it don't matter. Shakur over everybody. And that's how it's gonna be. Man, that boy's special. That boy's special, man. Shakur's, you know what I mean, one of a kind. You know what I mean? He adapt to every fighter, and then once he adapt to you, it's
Crawford's connection with Stevenson goes deeper than just commentary. He has often praised Stevenson's technical skill and boxing smarts, even noting how he adapts to different styles during a fight. When fans question Stevenson's defensive or thoughtful approach, Crawford defends him, saying boxing is about landing punches without taking them, a philosophy famously linked to legends like Muhammad Ali.
You got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevens.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out.
Floyd Mayweather has often praised Shakur Stevenson, especially for his technique and ring IQ. While he hasn't outright called Stevenson the best in his division, Mayweather consistently points to his superior skills. Comparing fighters in the same weight class, he noted Gervonta Davis as the hardest hitter, but saw Stevenson as the more polished and technically sharp boxer. In short, Davis has power, while Stevenson shows precision, defense, and solid fundamentals, the very traits Mayweather built his career on. Mayweather's respect for Stevenson goes back years. When Stevenson was still a young prospect, Mayweather reportedly told him he had special potential and could even challenge or surpass some of Mayweather's records.
Fights are not possible. Would you be more inclined just to move up to 140?
Yeah, if I can't get those fights next or it doesn't make sense for it to be next, I'll probably go to 140, test it out, see how I feel at the weight at 140, and then when the time is right, then I'll defend my belt at 135. We'll just see though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all.
Devin Haney is determined to prove he belongs at the top of boxing and knows that a true legacy comes from facing the toughest opponents. Instead of just protecting his record, he has openly pursued fights with elite fighters, especially Shakur Stevenson, a matchup fans see as defining this era. This fight isn't just about titles, it's about respect, pride, and showing who is the most complete boxer of this generation. Haney believes defeating an undefeated, highly skilled fighter like Stevenson would silence critics and cement his greatness. The bout also brings huge financial rewards and global attention, making it one of the most anticipated fights in modern boxing. Other fighters continue calling for big matches with Haney, highlighting his central role in the division.
Haney gonna concede to that? I doubt it. So there's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose, right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur. Shakur responds to Devin, right? Again, we had the initial four kings. It was Devin, Ryan, T.O., and Tank Davis, right? It was supposed to be the Four Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran.
Talk of a potential fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson keeps growing, but a major hurdle still stands in the way of it happening. Despite that, both fighters are in top form, consistently showing the discipline, preparation, and skill that make them very hard to beat. Their recent performances and undefeated records highlight their professionalism and consistency at the highest level. Haney has openly called out Stevenson, showing he's ready to step into the ring. His words reflect confidence and a willingness to take on big challenges that could define his legacy, while also acknowledging Stevenson as a serious and dangerous opponent.
For this, plenty of times, I asked him, do you feel like you're Wilfred Benitez? Because we had that Four King era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost to he quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and T.O., overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined the light by dominating Teofimo Lopez.
Shakur Stevenson has also responded to Haney's comments, showing he is aware of the talk and open to a future fight. His response indicates he isn't avoiding the matchup, but is waiting for the right time, both competitively and financially. The back and forth between them shows mutual respect and highlights the careful planning that goes into big fights. Their exchanges show that elite boxing isn't just about skill in the ring, it's also about timing, negotiations, and long-term strategy. Both fighters are clearly focused, weighing risks and rewards before making a move.
I see greatness, man. I see greatness. Shakur practically beat him with one hand, man. That jab, man. Most important hand you have, man. You know? And he looked good doing it, sharp. You know what I mean? Distance. He did everything, man. He did everything right, man.
A lot of people thought it would be a tough fight because T.O.'s athletic, T.O.'s experienced, he's fought on a high level. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they were critical of Shakur. Oh, right. He ain't fought nobody and this and that. Yeah. He made T.O. look like everybody else.
Made him look like an amateur. Made him look like an amateur. Yes.
Now, technically, what did you see? Right? Where did T.O. go wrong in that fight?
Where he went wrong?
Yeah.
Fighting Shakur. That's where he went wrong. Fighting Shakur. I knew he just running his mouth. He just was talking, man. I knew that from the beginning, even the time when he talked.
Shakur Stevenson delivered a dominant performance in his recent fight against Teofimo Lopez, and trainer Boozy Andis highlighted just how impressive it was. What stood out most was that Stevenson seemed to fight as if only one hand was fully active, yet he controlled the bout effortlessly. His jab was sharp, precise, and constantly pressured Lopez, letting Stevenson set the distance and pace from start to finish. Every move had a purpose. His footwork, timing, and defense displayed discipline and ring intelligence that shut down Lopez's athleticism and aggression. Critics who once questioned his resume or level of competition now had to reconsider after this performance.
Yeah, Shakur knows you could have got stopped too, but Shakur hurt his left hand. His left hand was hurt. If you notice, he was using that jab a lot.
Yeah,
off the
jab and then the
you know what I
hook.
mean? And he threw the left hand every now and then. Because I was screaming out. Everybody said they heard me in Philly.
Yo, we could hear you on the TV. Yo.
Yeah. That's my young buck. You know what I mean? And I was telling him, throw that straight left hand. Then I noticed when he did throw it, he wasn't throwing it real hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he looked spectacular, man. You know what I mean? You can't ask for nothing more, man. And with me, I don't care about what people say, man. They always want to talk about you and say, oh, he should have did this, should have did that. He did everything that he was supposed to do, and he did it right.
Even with a slightly injured left hand, Shakur Stevenson controlled the fight from beginning to end. He leaned on his jab, using it consistently while limiting his left hand due to discomfort. Bogiannis pointed out that Stevenson could likely have gone for a stoppage but chose to fight smart, prioritizing control and precision over unnecessary risk. The performance highlighted more than just skill. It showed ring IQ, patience, and composure under pressure. Stevenson adjusted his strategy, protected his injury, and still outclassed his opponent with perfect timing, footwork, and defense. Fans in Philadelphia and around the world saw a masterclass that confirmed his place among boxing's elite.
So it's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go out up there with ease, only need to deal with the size, but he's probably going to have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So, I mean, you tell me, do you feel like that's going to be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No. I think Loma probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end, to say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his top peak.
The possible fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney has become one of the most talked about matchups in boxing. Fans are excited because both are highly skilled, fast, and disciplined in the ring. Stevenson is known for his defense and precise punches, while Haney relies on timing, footwork, and smart combinations. Their different styles make the fight hard to predict, adding to the anticipation. Analysts and fans keep comparing past performances and debating who would control the pace. Every exchange could change momentum, and even small mistakes might decide the outcome. The fight would carry big stakes, including pride, rankings, and long-term legacy.